What's going on, everybody? Coach Stefan here. I'm here with one of our clients, RJ. He was so gracious to jump on after 13 days straight of working, straight animal. So he's probably a little bit tired, but he's been in our program a little over a year. We actually have an interview that we did, I think, a couple months in when you first hit your big, like, I don't know, milestone when you were down like 20 something pounds, dropped some body fat, like, hey, wow, this program's working, right? That's when we kind of did the first one. But
Yeah.
here we are, 8 months ish later. You just re-signed for a second year from the program. And by the way, guys, if you're watching this and you're a little bit new, you're like, okay, well, wow, that's a long time to train. One of our big goals is not to train clients forever. So even when RJ first signed up, he had his weekly check-ins with his coach, a lot of accountability, a lot of support, wants to continue, which he can kind of tell you why in a second, but wanted to continue. But we're not giving him the same level of accountability support because we don't want to work with you guys forever. But he still wants to work with his coach. He still wants the programming. It's still been super effective for him. But we're like, hey, if you're going to continue, I do need to push you to be more independent because eventually RJ is going to leave us. It's going to be a sad day. But like, we want that too because we want you guys to be independent. So, RJ, do you want to just give people a little bit of background, introduce yourself, what you do for work, your age, stuff like that, and then we can dive in?
Yeah. My name is RJ Hainey. I'm a police officer in Houston. A little bit of background. I active duty for 4 years. I'm still in the reserve, so it's going on 18 years now in the Army. 10 years with the department with Houston. Um, yeah, I mean, dad of three feral children. My wife would say that there's four children, including myself, but yeah.
Yeah, that's good though. It means you're young still and you're fun. Your wife, is she working full time right now?
Yeah. So, well, yeah, wife has her own business on the side and then she works, yeah, pretty much full time at her other job. So, yeah.
Yeah, so busy is an understatement, right?
Yep.
So very, very busy. Um, we'll do a really brief recap of like what made you join the program in the first place.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of want to go over some updates of like in the last year of working with us physically, mentally, like what you got you there. So I know before we jumped on, we were doing some chatting about just like the culture shift in law enforcement, right?
Ah,
You're like, gone are the days of being the donut eating, ticket writing cop that just sits down and gets fat and just kind of. Do you feel like that was a little bit part of you joining the program, or what was the biggest change for you to be like, look, man, I need some help, a year ago?
man, I think it was more or less, it was all centered around like health concerns. I mean, I have a family history of heart problems and, being on night shift, actually for the majority of my career. Um, I could see that there was, getting up there in age. I'm 39. It's not like I could, be my 21-year-old self and eat whatever I want and
Yep.
then get up and, it just things were changing and they weren't changing for the better. I was putting on poundage and, just it just sort of steamrolled in the sense of it got worse and it got worse. I mean, I was tired at home, didn't feel like having the energy for my kids. Uh, I mean, my job did my job hurt just from not having that physicality, and then also injuries happen when you get bigger and slower and older. So yeah, I mean the push was just to get healthier, not only for my job. I mean that's sort of like secondary, but it's more or less for my family. First off, yeah.
Yeah. And that's been a big change for you, right? Because you usually work out at home, right? You have a
Yep.
home gym and stuff. So
Yep.
over the last 12 months, let's do physically then mentally. So
Okay.
physically, what are some results that you have noticed and what have you accomplished? Like maybe give if you feel comfortable giving some numbers of where you were when you
Yep.
first joined and where you are right now.
Yeah. So I think my first I think when I first officially started the program and I weighed in, I think I was at like 240 something. I don't know, 243, somewhere around there. I mean, I was a thick boy and I carried it around my waist, and that's pretty much all where it was. And like in comparison to now, I mean, I got down to like 199, and then we started doing the reverse diet, and I'm putting on a little bit. more weight, but it's like the good weight. Like, I mean, I'm putting, like, I mean, I can see the difference in my chest. I can see my stomach. um, I have gone down in my duty belt size, like where I've had to go get a new duty belt. My wife hates it because I've had to get a new wardrobe again.
Yeah. Tell her not to bill us, please.
Yeah, no, no. I mean, like it's been noticeable in the like in my physique. I can finally see my shoulders and my traps again, like I did when I was 21. And then just the aspect of losing. I mean, God, I'm probably down 35 pounds from like when I started. Just like,
Yeah, I mean, you got down to like losing 44 or something pounds, and now you're doing more of like the bulk. And there, it comes in cycles, but like it's pretty good, man. Like, I, so I know people in the industry, I don't know who's watching this, but like, oh, I want to lose all this weight super quick. But if you do it the right way with, not like suffering or doing some
yeah,
quick diet, because like, here's the thing too. When you went from 243 to 199, was it this like ultra miserable, only chicken, broccoli, and rice, or cut out all carbs? Like, how did that process go? Because I think that's people's biggest fear. Like, I'm a cops that work midnights.
yeah.
Coach Steph, and you're gonna have me just do this like soul sucking diet.
No, no, not even close. It was, and so like having Coach Ryan with me there throughout the entire process was awesome because like one of the things that has stuck with me the most, he's like 80-20, man. He goes 80% of the time, like you can be strict, and then 20% of the time, because either life happens, work happens, like, yeah, you're going to, go get a cheeseburger. But the difference being from like when I started to where I'm at now, like I can actually have one of those if I need to. Now, granted, it's not like eating clean, so I mean, like, yeah, I do sort of, you sort of feel a little crummy, but it doesn't hurt me like it did like a year ago. Like a year ago, like I'd feel crummy, I'd feel like tired, I feel like it just never filled me up, And it's like now I go out and like if I have like a cheeseburger or something like that, it fills me up, but it almost makes me feel like just a nasty in a sense. But it's one of those like I can do it, and I'm not going to see like if I eat it, I'm not going to gain that weight right back. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm able to indulge myself 20% of the time. But if I'm on that if I'm strict 80% of the time, it has helped me balance it a lot more.
Yeah. Well, a couple things. Number one, you became more metabolically flexible, so your body's better at using like the fuel sources, carbs, fats, and you are eating clean. It's like money. I would do like nutrition and finances, right? Like if you're like super in debt and you have no money saved up, like anything you do just it hurts, it
Yeah,
stings. Versus if you like were, hey, I'm really gonna like live pretty frugal for a year. You save up 20 grand. Now, every time you spend a little bit of money, like go to 18 grand, then back up. And it's like, oh, it's not that bad. Like I'm okay. It's kind of the same thing, right? You're 80% of the time, it's math, man. 80% of the time, you're pretty good. And guys, that's a lot of flexibility, right? Because we repeat the same cycles, right? We all live in monotony. Okay, go to work, do this. It's actually
yep,
very easy to have like kind of the same meals and some structure. It doesn't mean it's boring. We're not like, don't eat things you hate.
yeah,
But I want you to have flexibility. You have kids, you have a wife, you go on date night, if you go on
yeah,
vacation, because it's not only getting you down here. And I know a big thing for us is like, cool, man, could I get anybody super light and super lean? Yes. That's not the challenge. The challenge is staying there.
yep,
Every year from January to March, everybody loses a bunch of weight, and 5 months later, they gain it back.
yep,
So it's like we have to actually do it in a way where you're like, okay, like this isn't that bad. Like I could do this for like 5, 10 plus years. Like the way that I eat, I'm
yeah.
sure the way that you eat now, it's like could be a forever thing, right?
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is completely changed. Like what we eat and how we eat, and just cooking methods. I mean, it. There's not a lot of excuses anymore of like, oh, we're just going to order pizza, or we're going to order Chinese, or you know what I mean. Like that is, man, that is like one of those. Now we pull it out of the hat once every month, maybe.
Yeah.
Like if we just need that day or that evening to relax. But I mean, again, it's changed our outlook on what we eat, how we eat, and then even what we feed our kids.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big thing, right? Like you wanted to be an example for your children and be healthy and stuff. And I know they go out in your gym and work out with you. And I saw you post a picture of you carrying the baby or
Yep.
walking on the treadmill. It's awesome. I do that
Yeah.
too.
That's definitely now that has now became a staple if because the wife and I try to work out if at separate times, that way one of us has the kids and one of
Mhm,
us,
mhm.
it works out to where we both need to get a workout in. Well, one of us has got to play defense.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's important for me. And everybody that I talk to and we do kind of a, interview process before you join the program. And I know your wife was there. It's like, I want the support. You guys are doing it as a team,
Yeah.
right? And you have to. And my wife and do it too. I'm tag team. Like you watch the kids, get my workout in, let me get my mental, and then
Yeah,
you could go.
exactly.
It's like getting ready. I'll get in the shower. I'll take care of kids. You get in the shower, right? It's kind of the same thing. So it's, important that, and your wife's been awesome and very supportive every step of the way, which is crucial. You
Yes.
got kids, you got things, you can't do it all on your own, man. And maybe if you're watching this, you don't have kids or your support system is different. It is hard to do it on your own. We do create totally custom training and nutrition programs. So you work out of your house. So it is designed around your gym, your schedule, what days you work out, work at
Yep.
midnights. But there's also a lot of like flexibility, which is important because we know that, and we sign up cops literally almost every day to our program. And the biggest thing I hear is like, yeah, these other coaches just don't understand. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
And it's very regimented and structured, and it is hard to get a schedule that kind of needs it. And we provide structure, right? You can't just do random stuff, but providing that, I say it's like flexible structure,
Yeah.
right? It's like you have structure because we need structure and some accountability and things to like get results, but we understand things are going to come up, and your coach needs
Yep.
to be understandable and communicative. How's the experience been so far? I mean, you worked with your coach for an entire year.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it started good and then he dropped off? Because I hear that a lot. Like I feel like, yeah, my coach is really like, the bad experiences. Oh, they were
Yeah.
really good in the first month, and then they just like got my money and didn't care.
No, 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 no. I would totally say that Ryan has been on point. I mean, the entire time, and it's almost where he's. I wouldn't say he would ever get frustrated with me. It was more or less like, okay, I got RJ. He's doing the same thing. All right, whatever I tell him to do, he's doing it, and it's almost like when we have like video calls towards the end here, it's just sort of like, man, keep. He's like, just keep trucking along, just keep doing what you're doing. And in the beginning it was it was it was all the same. I mean, it was there was no change in the aspect of like communication. He was all there. Like, I mean, he was all there throughout the entire 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important, right? Just like a good level of customer service and your coach like pouring into you and getting to know you as a person and investing in you. Like you're not, hopefully you have never felt like a number, right? Like we want to build a relationship with you and get to know your lifestyle and you as a person. Um and it's important for us because your situation is going to be different than
Mm-hmm.
another guy that's the same age, cop that works midnights with kids. Like you guys have some variances with your body or maybe where you train, and that can make a big difference in your routine or what you're doing. And I'm glad that it worked out well. Now let's talk about mentally too, because
Mm-hmm.
I think the big component to exercise, and I think most of our community is pretty competitive. A lot of them played sports. Doesn't have to be, but like they're just like, dude, let's go. I want to push myself. I want to challenge myself. I want to be better. I want to be a better leader. It's
Yep.
just like these high achievers that I know you kind of fall in that category too. Obviously, military, law enforcement.
Yeah.
How's your mental changed from day one to now?
Oh, I don't think I really could put that in words, like the change that I've experienced over the past year, like mentally. Because before I started, I mean, I was in a dark place. Um, just with that, the competitiveness, and then like not being able to do what I used to do. And now it's like, I mean, I can honestly say, at 39 years old, I'm probably in the best shape that I've been since I was 18. You know, and even active duty, like, because it where I was mentally, it hurt not only just like my family and my kids, like it just was I wasn't there. I was depressed. I was down in the dumps, and when I finally made the commitment, and like we talked about earlier, is like having the support of my wife was crucial. But it's sorry, dog.
Yeah.
Uh, but having that support, and then like where I'm at now, I am 1,000 times better. Um, I think I'm right in the right headspace. I've come to find out like, I'm more level headed. I'm not as like quick to snap. My kids love it because I'm the one telling them that, hey, we're going outside today. Or, my wife just said like mentally it's like, it's a self-esteem. Like it was a self-esteem thing too. Now, I'm not afraid to, I really used to be like afraid to like work out like without my shirt on or something like that. And now it's like, my wife's like, all right, you need to put your shirt back on before the neighbors see you.
I love it, dude. Well,
Yeah.
that makes me super happy, and that's why I love doing this job. I mean, like, I want you to look good, dude. I want you to be an animal at your work, not just for like you achieving things, but also getting home safe to your family,
Yeah.
right? And if you're on duty and you're like questioning yourself in any capacity, that's not good,
Yeah.
right? And not that you couldn't do your job before, but I'm sure you feel a little more capable now, right? Mentally and physically.
Hands down. Like hands down, it just, like there's not a question anymore,
Yeah.
whereas like I would be questioning myself if going into like certain situations or having to, uh, handle certain people. Now, more or less, it's like with some of the people that I work with, they're like, "Hey, well, let's just send Haney in there. Like Haney will cover this," or like now I'm the go-to guy.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
epic, dude. That's so awesome. Yeah. And so like you got the work, you got that, you have like your personal things. And honestly, from being a dad myself, like, and heard this from Josh and, a lot of other clients is like, dude, I owe it to my kids.
yeah, uh,
Like they don't deserve me being at like 50% of my capacity. Like it's not fair for
yeah,
them to grow up with a dad that's like not fully there, mentally present. And like we could do a good job at hiding it because we're men and we can
yeah,
kind of put on the like, I'm good, but we know. And it's not easy to just kind of admit it and be like, I need help.
yeah,
That's why I'm always tell the guys that join, like, I'm legit proud of you, dude. Because
yeah,
it's not just like everybody's in a different spot. Not like oh, I'm so lost, but it's like I owe it to people when I want to do better. So I'm willing to just humble myself and
yeah,
accept help and financially invest my time because it's not been I tell people it's not a unicorn, butterfly, pixie dust, rainbow, whatever. It's not, it's work, man.
yeah,
And you've put in the work and you've been chipping away and um you've done really well. And we're the whole team's super proud of you, dude. You've been crushing it. And to see you get to a point, I mean, obviously you decided, hey, I'm going to do another year with you guys at less accountability. So obviously it worked. And yeah, man, I mean, we're just proud of you. And it's cool to see that the program worked exactly how it was supposed to. In
yeah,
the sense of if somebody just said, I look better and I'm really happy with the way I look, I'd be like, I'm happy, but I don't know if it influences. But when I hear somebody say, it did what it was supposed to beyond probably what you thought day one, right?
oh yeah, definitely,
It's like, hey, I changed physically. And because I changed physically, I'm more present with my kids and I can go do more things and I'm more confident and I can handle myself at work. And mentally, I'm more patient because I could be a little bit hothead. I know
yeah,
when I get a workout in, I feel
yeah,
husa, a little more zen.
yeah,
So I'm like a hard charger guy. So I need that.
hmm
And so it's like you being more level-headed, like everything, dude, you just really did transform. And we are kind of a transformational program. And not everybody comes in wanting every little piece, but it makes me super happy and proud of you and excited to just see you just be kind of a different person, just version 2.0, dude.
yeah. I mean, it
Awesome.
really has been, and it's been just, I mean, an amazing experience.
Yeah. Yeah. So what would I think I probably asked you this question when we had our interview several months ago, but like what do you think you would say to another cop that's maybe in your position, man, that is like kind of could resonate with this? Like I'm kind of
Oh
not
man,
in this place where I want to be in because I think the biggest fears are three things. number one, like, is this going to be a good investment? Right? Nobody wants to waste their money, you know. Um, like, are these guys legit? Are they going to do what they say? And like, does the program work? And
Yeah.
those are probably like the three biggest fears. Like, what would you say to that person?
You know, it's it boils down to like, sort of a leap of faith. But man, I just from because I mean I saw testimonials before I joined. I'm like I got on YouTube and I was doing the scrolling and it was one of those I think a lot of us, like anybody in my position, like I think we all have those tools, but having that guidance and then also that support, man, it was the best leap of faith I've taken. You know, I don't know. It's just one of those that I always I've been telling myself, I was like, man, God, I should have done this earlier.
Yeah.
I should have done it earlier. But I mean, it's so worth it. Just I mean, the investment like that. Like now, I look at that and I think that was probably one of my biggest worries was just the monetary like value. I got my money's worth and then some out of it. That right there was like I don't second guess that now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And I'm glad, man. I mean, it's one of those things where usually when I ask people that when we do the interviews, like, would you do it over again? They're like, 100%. But
hundred
you got
percent.
to get there first. And it is a leap of faith, which is
Yeah,
why we do these, which is why I try to run as transparent company as I can. Look at our Google reviews, get
yeah,
on, I'm in the online space, so I know people are like, oh yeah, it's just a photo. And I'm like, yeah, but like, look, I'm talking to this guy too.
yeah,
Because I know I work with cops. I want you guys to do your digging. I want you to feel comfortable. Even then, undeniable proof that we're good at what we do and we deliver. It's a little bit of a leap of faith. And I think we got to get to the point with everybody where it's like, well, what reality are we willing to settle for?
yeah,
Like, where does the future lead if I keep doing what I'm doing? And as much as I obviously want people to crush it without us,
yeah,
some people are at the point where having the support and accountability and guidance is literally what they need.
yeah,
We don't let everybody into our program.
yeah,
We do kind of a more in-depth process to make sure people are a good fit. And the good news is basically everybody that joins, I know who's going to do well and not. And I mean, you see our group chat, it's not
yeah.
just you. People are crushing it, man.
And I mean, I think that's probably one of the things that turned me on the most was the aspect that it sort of brought that competitiveness out. As like, well, I want to be good enough for this program. I think I'm good enough, and like just prove like having I guess that that dog in the back of your head. It's like I gotta prove it not only to myself, but now I get to prove it to this community. And I think I love that. I love the aspect of not everybody can join.
Yeah. Well, and for me, it's a very moral thing.
Oh yeah,
If I let everybody in, regardless if I mean, obviously they'd have to pay for the program, but like it's not about that. What I don't want to do is I don't want to let people in and then be like, you're gonna do great. And in the back of my head, I'm like, you might suck. And then like, thanks for paying me. I don't want to do that. I'd
yeah,
rather just let people in that are gonna crush it, which is why we have, at the time of this video, like all 5-star reviews on Google. People are willing to get on a
yeah,
thing. I understand and I accept that I'm not gonna be able to help 20,000 people.
yeah,
And it's okay. Our company's smaller. I'd rather really intimately like change, you know,
yeah,
hopefully eventually, but like hundreds or 1,000 people now that have been through our program, but that's over 4 years. So we're
yeah,
not a big company with tons of people. And I'd rather have that because we realize if we can kind of pour more into somebody,
yeah.
we get one of these where like somebody goes, bro, you literally like, it's been awesome. I changed physically and mentally and whatever. I'm good with that. I'll sleep at night. I'm happy I did my job. So yeah, man. I'm glad you had a good experience. We're looking forward to working with you over the next year, and
Yep.
getting you more self-sufficient. And I know at this point, like you said, it's just almost like clockwork. Good. It's the point.
Yeah.
And we talked about that on our last call when you resigned. It's like, hey, it should just be like, hey, man, this is just what I'm doing. Because for me and Mike and Ryan and all these other our coaches is like, that's what it is. Not check the box.
Yeah.
Like this is just a habit. And we want to get you to the point where you're like, man, I would go crazy if I don't work out. And then I'm like, okay, we win.
Yep.
Right. So yeah. Well, dude, I appreciate your feedback and you jumping on and doing a follow-up interview. I'm sure this is going to be super helpful to whoever sees it. And I'm proud of you, bro. Like man to man, you've crushed it. I know it's not easy to invest emotionally, financially, time-wise into doing it, but you have put in the work and you got everything to show for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if your wife was there, I'd say thanks too, because she's a big part of it, man. So yeah, I appreciate you jumping on and thank you, man. And I look forward to continuing to work with you. All
Anytime, man.
right. Thanks, RJ.